What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our JacobsClash episode. Today we are back and making another tier list. This time we are trying to tackle the best defenses in the game, and basically I'm basing this off of my priority when upgrading these defenses, and I am going in order in which that they were unlocked. I also threw in some traps in here. Some of the rendered images are from Town Hall 15, some from Town Hall 16. So let's try it out real quick. So starting us off real quick is, of course, just the standard cannon. It's going to be one of my the last upgrades I always do. I really, frankly, there's so many better defenses in the game as far as, well, output and upgradability right off the bat. So I'm just gonna have to put it at C tier. And right after that is just the Archer Tower, right? The Archer Tower, in my opinion, is just slightly better than the cannon. I will upgrade the Archer Towers before I upgrade the cannons, just because obviously the range helps out a little bit, being able to hit both ground and air troops. The next one that you do unlock at, I think, Town Hall 4 is the Mortar. This new rendered Town Hall 16 Mortar is really sick, but in my opinion, Mortars are one of the worst defenses in the game. The one benefit that Mortars have are basically stopping... what's that siege machine called? You know the siege machine I'm talking about. Pew! Log launcher, not log launcher. Jeez, flame flinger. It stops the flame flingers, or it at least outranges it. But mortars are always towards the back for me, to be honest. It could be on the same tier as C, but for me, it's not great. Bombs, pretty much all these traps are not great, especially just the minor bombs. The traps are always going to be the last thing I do. Bombs can go right to the back end there. Air defenses. Air defenses, I think, are actually really important for stopping those mass dragon attacks that people love spamming your base with. So I'm going to slot it in at A to start with, but I might move it around a little bit later. One of the most underrated traps in the game has to be a spring trap, to be honest, just for stopping those hog riders or any of those ground attack strategies. Really, if your attack is baited with spring traps, it can go wrong really quickly. From an upgradability standpoint, like, again, it's gonna be one of the last things I upgrade. But as far as like a defense, I'm gonna have to put it at C. I don't think any of the traps are gonna be that high up, other than maybe the tornado trap. Wizard Tower, slightly better than the mortar as far as splash goes. But once you get to the higher ends, it's kind of just another defense that you have to upgrade that isn't that great. Wow, I think the Wizard Tower might be the best looking Town Hall 16 defense, though. It looks absolutely incredible. I am going to slot it in at B for now, but I definitely want to upgrade those air defenses prior to those Wizard Towers. Red air mines, they're kind of in the same range for me as just the standard bombs. I believe the black mines are a lot better, but that may just be me. The sweeper, though. Sweepers are broken, especially for those Electro Dragon attacks, and just keep pushing and pushing them back. They actually haven't had an upgrade in a very long time, but sweepers are important in my opinion. I think it has to go up in range with B tier. With the Wizard Towers, I wouldn't go on the same range that's as important as the air defenses, but you definitely need to, when you are at least attacking, visualize where the sweeper is and maybe attack from the opposite side or use a spell to neutralize it, which makes it pretty good because you're not going to be doing that with any Wizard Towers. And not finally, just the next trap we have is the giant bomb right here. Trapping double giant bombs are so deadly early on for hog riders, which is a key strategy. So it has to be the highest trap I have on the board so far. But again, I don't think I can slot it any higher than B. Again, it is going to be one of the last upgrades that I do partake in. But one of the sooner traps that I partake in. So as you can see, I have one trap in each of the tiers so far. Maybe that's what I'll do as far as tier lists go. Teslas. Teslas are obviously great for bait, and they do a ridiculous amount of damage early on as well. I'm going to have to say it's kind of an A tier. I guess you're kind of seeing how this is going, right? The defenses kind of are moving higher and higher up. The air defenses, I do get a little bit more scared about. There's gonna be so many defenses in the A tier, so I'm gonna slot this Tesla at the top of B tier for now. Black Mines though, Black Mine is going to be my A tier, trap right there. It can basically just one shot a dragon, or pretty much just one shot a healer. And if your Queen Walk is baited and you don't use Coco Loons, you're gonna be in trouble real quick. Bomb Tower. Bomb Tower is going to top of A for me right now. Just because, well, the Bomb Tower can really stop those sneaky archer blimps and really dictate where you can land and whatnot. And it's basically just another giant bomb, and I already, you see, highly rate the giant bomb, but he also has a bomber on top, and he's just chucking those things. Skeleton Trap and Air Trap for skeletons is really just more of an annoyance than anything. Just for a distracting factor, it's not as good now that the giant gauntlet is out there and your king can pretty much just one-shot all these traps. But I am going to say it's probably the second. It's on the same tier as the giant bomb for me. These are the top 3 or 4 traps in my opinion. But yeah, let's slot in at back of B tier for now. Expo has to be top of A tier for me. Just the sheer amount of damage output if you have 3 or 4 of them locked onto your queen. It'll just delete her pretty much. Again, I really do like how the Town Hall 16 render does look for this Expo. Inferno is going to be the first S tier defense for me. It is the first defense where, hey, if you do not freeze that single Inferno, or if you do not deal with it, it's going to be an issue. You solely have to invest your spells in to stop the single Inferno, and that's really the first defense where I would say that comes into effect. Eagle Artillery, it's going to be slightly higher for me on S tier than Infernos, just because most of the times when we're attacking, we are basically deciding, hey, I'm going to attack from this side of the base because the Eagle Artillery is so deadly. The best trap in the game has to be the Tornado Trap. Unlocks at Town Hall 11. It's viable no matter what, right? Just basically spinning your troops in a circle for 7 seconds is deadly enough. And then if you're trying to get a blimp somewhere in there, just if it's baited, it is over for you. The Town Hall here is basically standing for the Giga Inferno on top of the Town Hall at Town Hall 12 through Town Hall 16. I've told you guys in many videos, the Town Hall is your most important defense, and that is going to be my highest rated defense right here in this entire tier list. A little spoiler alert. But top of S tier it goes. It counts as a star. It's so annoying. I've had so many attacks end via the Town Hall. Now, you may not be able to see it. For some reason, the render I chose was the smallest scatter shot ever. Scattershot is on the same range as the Eagle Artillery. What do I rather upgrade first? I still think the Eagle is more deadly than the single Scattershot. But I think the Scattershots are better than the Inferno. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. Builder Huts, they're more of an annoyance than anything. For me, they're going to go in top of B tier. It's either top of B tier or bottom of A tier. I'm going to go B tier. That might be a little bit harsh, but that's what I'm going with. Monolith. Monolith is super deadly. One shot's your king, another defense, or any high hit point troop. It's one of those buildings where you have to invest a lot of spells in them. Just kind of like the single or the Eagle Artillery. So I'm going to say it's right on the range with the Eagle Artillery. I'd be fine with slotting in either place. I'm going to go right behind. I'm going to go right behind the Eagle Artillery. Don't ask me why. It is the first Dark Elixir troop or defense or building, I guess, that you upgrade with Dark Elixir. But it's still not scary to me for Eagle. I don't really know why. I'm just traumatized by the Eagle just raining hell upon my troops. Finally, we have the merged Archer Tower and merged cannon that did unlock at Town Hall 16. For me, the merged archer tower is a little bit scarier than the merged cannon. Maybe it's just because I don't really know why, but I'm slotting them in. Uh, they're either A or S tier. I feel like I'm gonna slot them in at the top of A tier. For some reason, all of those buildings above just kind of still scare me a little bit more, but they are better than the expos and the giant the bomb towers and air defenses. Do I want to move anything away here? It actually looks pretty balanced overall to me. But yeah, these top ones are definitely any in the S and A are true or defenses that I'm going to upgrade it right away. And these bottom defenses are obviously going to be the last ones I upgrade. The traps on all of these are probably going to be the last one I do, unless there's like a major upgrade. You know, the Black Mine automatically one-shots a higher level dragon or whatnot. But yeah, this is my tier list. Obviously, my opinions. But tell me your guys' opinion in the comments. What do you disagree with? What did I mess up? I want to hear from you guys. But as always, I have been Jacob. Have a great day. Goodbye.